interview that was done, I think it must be 3 days ago, between Chris Mutsvangwa as well as another, I think it must be an Afrikaner or white man. Obviously, Chris Mutsvangwa trying to impress that man has actually claimed that ZANU-PF or Zimbabwe rather is the most tolerant country, racially tolerant country. Apart from that, he made claims that Emerson Mnangagwa intervened between ANC as well as Afrikaners, in simple terms, saying Mnangagwa mediated between the conflict that had arisen between the Afrikaners as well as also the the president of the Republic of South Africa, that is Cyril Ramaphosa, and said, I mean, I laugh sometimes when I do interviews, especially about Chris Mutsvangwa. He's currently in China. I'm waiting for footages to start surfacing, and as soon as they do, definitely will come up with that story. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, that is the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what, you become the very first one to watch us. So Chris Mutsvangwa has claimed that Zimbabwe is a racially tolerant country. In fact, saying it is more tolerant even than South Africa. That is why the president of Zimbabwe, that is Emerson Mnangagwa, offered to help the president of the Republic of South Africa in terms of mediating between Cyril Ramaphosa on behalf of the ANC as well as Afrikaners. I think those who are following the politics in South Africa can actually distance themselves from these lies. This is the extent at which ZANU-PF, especially Secretary for Information and Publicity, can go in terms of claiming the glory that does not exist. Does ANC need need Mnangagwa to mediate? It was the thing that is happening in South Africa between the Afrikaners and the president of South Africa, that is Cyril Ramaphosa. Absolutely, there is absolutely nothing of that sort. But guess what? This is the garbage that ZANU-PF is putting out there. Its Minister of Information and Publicity. So that claim, actually, obviously, they are trying to lure the Afrikaners in South Africa to invest in Zimbabwe. But do you do so, especially as a ruling party? And also the claim that he made, he said Mnangagwa has actually mended the relations between white people in Zimbabwe, as well as also saying the president has worked very, very hard in bringing a lot of them back to Zimbabwe. Is that the truth? That is also another lie. There is no relationship that has been mended between the white community as well as ZANU-PF. The very same legacy of the year 99 to 2000 is still taking place in Zimbabwe. West under Emerson Mnangagwa, it is now black on black. That is how West it is under Emerson Mnangagwa. So it's a lie, a blatant lie. I think we have seen the story I covered. White farmers, the Zimbabwe government has claimed it has entered into a global agreement with the white farmers to compensate them, and they initially had an agreement to do so within 5 years. That 5 years lapsed. I read a statement, white farmers distancing themselves from the propaganda that has been parachuted by ZANU-PF, claiming that they are doing something to address what transpired in 99 and 2000. By the way, that is what is currently causing tension between the two factions in ZANU-PF, the faction of retired General Chiwenga as well as Mnangagwa. The faction of Chiwenga saying this behavior behavior by Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa aims at reversing the gains of land reform that are purportedly to have been achieved. I can't speak that with my mouth, by ZANU-PF around this period, but you know my views around that. I've made them actually known. Chris Mutsvangwa was simply lying, and what actually struck me was saying Afrikaners have produced the best crop of business personalities around the world, praising Oppenheimer. I wonder whether that is part of ZANU-PF policy, because he sneaked in Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. And also I'm worried about the ZANU-PF Director of Information. Really, this information, I think it will tear ZANU-PF apart. We know their policy when it comes to especially such issues. And when its Secretary for Information and Publicity put that in the public domain, it does not only surprise us as the people of Zimbabwe, but also it shocks, it actually causes a lot of commotion within ZANU-PF. That is your Chris Mutsvangwa. So he has claimed that Zimbabwe is a racial tolerant country. Why, if it is a racial tolerant country, why are Zimbabweans leaving Zimbabwe in numbers? Millions of Zimbabweans residing outside the country. Has claimed Mnangagwa has actually revived the economy, reviving the economy where there is absolutely no working, functioning currency in Zimbabwe. How do you revive the economy where unemployment rate remains at above 95%? This is hogwash, pure propaganda. That is why normal sane people cannot watch any media house in Zimbabwe that is influenced by ZANU-PF. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we film live, guess what, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. And also, please, I am making an invitation to go to search for this channel. It's called Hlonipani Digital Music, and please do subscribe on that channel. I'll be posting gospel related content, including my album, which is coming very, very soon. Watch out for it, not later than next month. I've posted some snippets on this as in yesterday. I posted